Okay, this is part 3 of how to handle and tame your green tree python. In this part, I'm going to move on to bigger snakes. You may not be able to hear all of what I'm going to say while I'm getting the snake, so I'm just going to describe what I'm going to do right now. The principles of handling baby snakes apply throughout. You want to be gentle. Of course, you'll have to be as gentle as with the baby. You want to put your fingers under his claws, lift them up, and then deal with the tail, and then try and get them out. All the while, not rubbing them backwards, like if they pull back, let go. Because if you rub your scales backwards, they won't like that, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to get one of these snakes out of here now, and then I'll be right back with you. We'll all watch this together, and then we'll talk about ways to, maybe additional ways to handle your snake, but more importantly, ways to tame your green tree python. Hey, sweetie. Okay, come here, baby. We're gonna go for you right now. I don't know. Come on, baby. There we go. We got you. Oh, I got you, baby. Let me see this. Okay. Dealing with a few little tail issues. That's kind of a thing that continues for quite a while, actually. The bigger they get, though, it seems they let go quicker. They're a little bit less disturbed by that. Let me just move the camera down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Again, I'm supporting the snake. I'm supporting its body. When you pick up a snake, if it doesn't latch onto you, and it's kind of holding onto me a bit, you see. If you don't support them well, then they're going to feel like they're going to fall. And also because you're the one picking them up, and they have to hold on to you, that makes you feel a little bit nervous too, because they don't know what you're going to do with them. Anyway, this guy here, I'm not sure actually if it's a male or female, but this one here is about 1 year and 9 months old. I've had it since baby, actually out. Treated it nicely its entire life, so it's a very gentle snake. I would completely trust it. See, I would say, hey baby, what you doing? What you doing, baby? Hey sweetie, okay? So I completely trust this snake. And that brings up another point, you see. If you don't trust your snake, how can you expect your snake to trust you? That lack of trust, that fear, is going to show itself in just the way you handle your snake and whatnot. So if you're nervous about a snake of this size biting you, I would suggest start with a smaller snake. Something that you can comfortably handle, that you can take a bite from, and it won't really bother you. Even this size snake here would cause very minimal damage. Okay, so some of the basic handling techniques are support them well. Try and have one free hand, because if both your hands are tied up, then it's going to make it difficult for you to do things. The snake's in control. Right now I'm in control. I got the snake here. I got this hand here. I can do things to the snake. I can move his head around, that sort of thing, okay? You don't want to grab their head, but that's basically the way that you can control them. Is you can kind of take them and push them from the side of their head back and forth gently. They won't mind. They won't mind if you do that. Okay. I've gone over some of the things that ring tree pythons don't like. Okay. We covered that pretty well. Now some of the things they do like. And fortunately for us, there's lots more things that they like than that they don't like. One thing that they like that we can give them very easily is warmth. We're warm-blooded, they're cold-blooded. They're going to like us just because we're warm. They want to warm up on us. So holding them in your bare hand like this, or maybe, a lot of times I'll put them on the back of my neck so that, hey baby, so that they can warm up. And in that context, you can get them to sit very peacefully on your lap. How do we do that? How do we get them to sit peacefully on our lap? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to put the camera down a bit more. I'm also going to kind of come back this way. I'll put this snake down on my lap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release him again towards the bottom of the scales, and I can gather him in with my hands like this. Okay. He's comfortable. He's fine. A lot of times I'll wear gym shorts so that they're actually getting heat from my legs. Or in the case of a bigger snake, I'll put it around the neck. Here's another thing they like. They actually do like to be touched. It's a totally different experience for them they've never experienced before. They're a snake. I mean, what touches a snake? They do like to be touched. How? Guess what? The biggest part of their body is their back. They love back massages. They love it. Okay? Maybe at first they don't like it too much because they don't want to do it. But as soon as they figure out what you're doing, they really like it. Okay? We're going to do this. We're not going to touch him near the head. Remember, the closer to the tail you touch him, the less he's going to react. You see, he's not going to react until I get up here near his head, and then you're going to start seeing him do stuff. Okay? But I can easily just gently rub him along his back, straight up. And a lot of times you'll notice when you first do that, they'll actually contort their body in different directions like you really like it. Okay? You can do it gentle. Once the snake gets used to gentle back massages, another thing you can do is actually go a bit harder, both your fingers on either side of the backbone. You can go down a little bit like this, and just zoom around like that. And they do like that. They do like that. This one doesn't really. Sometimes smaller ones, they don't know what you're doing, but my bigger ones, they really do like that. Come on, baby, you're ruining the show. Another thing they like, I think, is when you talk to them, especially if you have them around your neck. I wouldn't advise putting them around your neck, but have one coil on the side, one coil on that side. That's the ideal. That way you can kind of pet them, and they will actually enjoy that a lot. They get warmth from your neck. You can kind of massage them a little bit. They feel safe. They're behind you. All of these things. Okay. Again, here's just lightly massaging. Another thing you can pick them up, but when you pick them up, it's good to it is kind of nice to slide under them, because that way they know that they've got support as you're lifting them off the ground. As I'm lifting him off the ground, he knows he's got support. Another thing they like is just body rubs. You can take your snake and gently just kind of hold him and talk to him. Say, hey baby, what you doing? What you doing to me? Oh, hey, what you doing? Are you checking me out? They tend to like to go for your glasses a lot, and they also go straight for my head. Like to sit on top of my head. Anyway, no, baby, come on down. Come on, sweetie, down. Let's go down. Okay. All right. So you can also determine a lot about a snake's comfort through its tail. If you can take the tail and just stretch it out, you see, he's hooking on it. He feels a little insecure, I think. That's just my theory. But you can, if you just gently, hey baby, what you doing? You can't talk in a calming voice, whatever. This one is, I'll show you on a bigger snake. Generally what you can do is you can calm them so much to the point that you can even take their tail and stretch it out. And they'll leave it out and they won't react, okay? So this is a bit bigger one. Now I'm going to demonstrate, I'm going to move the camera up a bit more, demonstrate how to put him back, because you want every